Hi guys, it's Will here from Overcome Sciatica. I just wanted to make a quick tip video for you today to talk about what to do when your walking is affected by sciatica. This is a really common problem, and it's one that I get asked about all the time. A lot of people have trouble walking further when sciatica strikes. It tends to limit their walking distance and stop them from doing the things they like. And this can be a real problem because obviously a lot of people like to walk with their loved ones and friends and family, and also just to get about, so to get places like the shops, to do your job. You obviously need to be able to walk, so you're going to need some strategies to put in place for how to do this a little bit better when you're suffering from sciatica. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So walking with sciatica, why does it hurt when you walk with sciatica? Well, it all comes down to what's causing the sciatica in the first place. So if you have a disc problem and you're walking about, then something you're doing while you're walking is obviously causing that disc to irritate the nerve. Equally, if you have a problem like stenosis, which is a narrowing of the gaps where the nerves come out in the spine, then walking upright, it tends to have a compressive effect. So the longer you walk, the more your discs and your joints will slowly start to compress together, and that will affect the nerve as well, and that causes your sciatica. So how do we stop these things from happening? Well, it's very difficult to completely stop them, but there are some things you can put in place that will help you walk a little bit further. So strategy number one for you is to come up with what we call a pacing strategy. So if you're going to go out walking for a long period of time, that's fine, but you're going to need to find some points where you can stop and recover. So what you need to do is you need to work out when the pain comes on when you're walking. And for most people, this will be kind of a rough but usually quite accurate estimate of distance or time they can walk. So for example, if you know that you can walk for 10 minutes before the pain starts to get quite bad, what you need to do is you need to get a stopwatch, you need to time 9 minutes, and you need to keep walking, and then at 9 minutes you stop. All right, so either you stand still or you lean forward or you sit down. So you do the one thing that takes your pain away. Usually most people will have one thing that helps. So if you're walking and you've got stenosis and you know you can walk for 9 minutes before the pain comes on, usually for people with stenosis, sitting tends to take the pain away. So you'll walk for 9, you'll find somewhere to sit, you'll sit for 2 minutes, then you should be okay to walk again. So the second time you walk, you may not be able to get as far as the first time, which is fine. It's all just about knowing your limits and then working within that. Okay, so if you've done that, you found some benefit, but you still want to be able to walk a little bit further, the next strategy, so strategy number 2, is something you can do before you start walking, and that is to stretch your legs in a way that is going to reduce your pain. So one of the best ways to reduce your pain before you start walking is to stretch the non-painful leg. So not the leg that gives you your problem, but the opposite side. So some of the stretches you can use are stretches that affect your glutes, so you can do them from a chair. So you can have your leg crossed over like this, and you can pull your knee up and across. So remember, this is the non-painful side. And the other thing you can do is you can stretch your hamstrings, so stretch your leg out in front of you and just lean forward. But remember, you're only going to be doing this on the non-painful leg. You don't stretch the painful leg before you walk. Just stretch the comfortable side. Going to stretch it for probably 5 minutes total. So you're going to do 30 seconds at a time. Maybe alternate between those 2 stretches, and then you can start walking. And you might find that you're able to walk for a few extra minutes or just a little bit further than you were before. So I hope that clears a couple of things up. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the channel and then leave a comment if you know of another technique that helps people walk a little bit further and help out the community as well. If you'd like some more tips on how to walk further, to work with more ease, and to just generally get rid of some of the aches and pains and the discomfort that comes with sciatica, why don't you check out the 7 steps to overcome sciatica on my website. It's a really good way of getting your symptoms under control in just a short period of time, so check that out as well. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to speaking to you next time.